California man is suing the Marin County Sheriff's Office because he says cops crossed the line when they tased him in his own home. It happened last year. Peter McFarland says this all started when he fell down his front steps. Paramedics came, treated him, then the police showed up. One officer pulled out his taser, and the camera started rolling. Take a listen.
Yeah, we had to take you to the hospital for an evaluation. You said if you had a gun, you would shoot yourself in the head. Stand up, turn around, and put your hands behind your back, or you're going to get tased. What the are you doing in my house? I didn't ask you in my house. Get out of here.
The cops didn't leave. As a matter of fact, when McFarland got up off the couch, he was tased. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Hey, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Quit resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop. There's somebody coming in. Stop. Stop resisting. Resisting. Stop resisting, Peter. He's going to get it again. Stop resisting.
McFarland filed a lawsuit against the department Monday. Here's part of the response from the office. The sheriff's office takes all allegations of excessive force and/or deputy misconduct seriously and will do so in this case as well. After all the facts have been made public, we are confident the actions of our deputies will be found to have been both within the law and department policy. Joining me now to talk about all this, Steve Carding, a certified Taser instructor, and Mike Brooks, HLN law enforcement analyst. Steve, let me start with you. I'm looking at this video, and I'm a guy who is pro-Taser. I believe they should be used, and I've seen them in some of the borderline cases that have happened before, like don't tase me, bro. I've been pro-Taser. This one, in my eyes, crosses the line. Your thoughts, Steve?
Yeah, Vinny, nobody on this planet wants to see a 64-year-old man tasered. Now, when law enforcement elected to opt that, they were trying to deal with him while he was sitting down. Once he got up, it was game on. Remember, they decided that he was going for a psych evaluation. He's going no matter what. So once he got up, he was tased. He was brought down to the ground. What we're going to see here is the 3 taserings. Were they necessary? And law enforcement's going to have to justify that, in fact, it was likely that I may have had to break his arm if he hadn't complied. But the Taser is a great alternative.
Oh, it's a great alternative. I believe in using it, but I just think in this case, tase number 2 and number 3 way over the line. I don't even think you needed number 1. Mike Brooks, let's do this. Let's take a look at this tape, and we'll roll about a minute and a half of it, and let's do a little play-by-play here, and let me ask you some questions about this. Let's take a look at that tape now. All right, Mike. There he is, and we can see that's the little target, right?
Right. So that's the light, because there's a light that's mounted on these new tasers that have audio and video capability.
Right. He's down now. He's down now, and he keeps saying to him, "Stop resisting." Do you see any resisting? I see a 65-year-old man has just been tased. I don't see any resisting.
What they could seem as resisting is while he's being tased, sometimes your muscles will pull your arms in and maybe put a little resistance against the officer who's trying to get the hands behind the back to cuff him. So I don't have a big issue with the first one, since they thought he was a danger to himself or others. Maybe they could have done something better after they got him down and tased him the first time. And then try to put the cuffs on them while they were not tasing.
Here's the thing, and Steve, I'll bring you in on this again, on this issue. I have an issue with the first tasing, because they responded because this guy fell down and hurt himself. This wasn't a case about domestic violence or anything like that. The situation was the guy hurt himself, paramedics came. He said something about killing himself, which he said was hyperbole.
Right.
There's no threat. Getting up like this, I don't see that as a threat.
Yeah, no, Vinny,
way?
what happens here when you combine the words taser and, gun and suicide in the same sentence, law enforcement has a big problem. He's going for a psych evaluation at 5150. He's going, they've made that decision. Once he gets up, they don't know if he's going to walk over to the draw, take a gun, and shoot one of those officers. So they have to contain him at that location at that moment.
Mike, isn't there a way, though, to approach him? Something short of tasing?
Before they tasered him, I listened to the whole thing. You hear them talking to him. They tell him what they want him to do, that they're going to be taking him in, and he says, F you, get out of my house. And at this point, it got to a point where they said, no, we are going to be taking you in, and that was the bottom line. So if they had picked him up and thrown him on the ground, we would be saying, oh, you used brutality against him there. So I don't have a problem with the taser used the first time.
The first time. All right. So me and you compromised on this one. Steve Cardian, thanks so much. Appreciate it.